everybody, thanks for joining me again today for another layout using the Baby's Got Scrapped page kits that I made in the month of December. So today I am scrapbooking 3 more photos from my 50th birthday that happened at our campground. So this is just one of me with my pretty princess crown on, the cake they bought me, and then like a whole picture of my sister's campsite that had the happy or the over the hills sign on it. So I decided I wanted to go with that vertical stripe or horizontal stripe. Hello, diagonal stripe. I'll get this right. The diagonal stripe paper on the left, and since it was like the perfect size, it already looked matted. And then I'm just going to use this paper with the small hexagons to mat my photos. Again, I'm kind of sticking with the same kind of format where if I have 2 horizontal photos, I'll stack them and put a vertical next to them. It's kind of one of my go-to when I want to get a lot of pictures on a layout. And you know, even though it's a similar design to what I've done, you can switch it around, you know, putting the pictures on the, the stack on the left versus the right. You can cut them down if you want to make them smaller sizes. It just seems to work well, and with the elements that you put on it, each page looks, you know, different unto itself. Now I wanted to use these candles, but I didn't want to cover up the flame part of it, so I'm kind of finagling around to try and see where I can fit it. So I decided to have it go underneath the birthday cake and then use it kind of like a banner. So I'm just going to cut it down a little bit, and then it fits. So it's probably about 11 inches long. So I'm happy to have that done. And now that I like my matting, I'm just going to go ahead and stick that down on the pink paper that I picked out and then start embellishing. So one of the things that I'm using is a very, very, very old pack of rub-ons, and I don't like it when you can see the paper underneath, so I'm just rubbing them onto white cardstock, actually the back side of one of the scraps that had a white background, and I'm going to use that as like my white cardstock. Sorry, my voice is croaky today. And that's just a good way of, again, using up scraps. Use the white on the back. And I wasn't sure how these rub-ons were going to work, and they actually came off really nice. So I went ahead and got those all on, so I'm happy to get quite a few of those busted out of my stash and onto a layout before they dry up. And then, so I just cut this one into a banner and just did fishtailing on both sides. And when I fishtail, I just kind of slice up the center and then meet each corner to this top point, and that seems to work. I'm going to use one of the Nicole Jones cuttables and the viewfinder, and I'm kind of going with all these really bright colors. So now I'm doing the It's Your Day rub-on on here. And then I'm trying to fit in to get the Let's Party, because again, I'm trying to get as many of them on as I can, because again, once you cut into the rub-ons, they tend to dry out, so I really wanted to get a bunch of them on the page while I could. So I'm just going to rub these onto the back of this scrap piece of paper, and then I'll fussy cut both of them out. I'm going to do then I'm going to stack them. I think the one I do more like a square, but the It's Your Day, I'm actually going to fussy cut around it and kind of make it look like a die cut. And here's the last one. Let's Party Like It's Your Day is going to be my title. Now, I thought they were a little too stark white, so what I'm going to do is take one of my Stampin' Up markers that I have next to me, and I'm just testing a few colors, and I decided to go with the purple because I thought it was more vibrant, and it brings out the purple that's in the Celebrate and on the cake. So I'm just going to outline all of these elements with the purple marker, and then they stand off the page and they don't look as stark as they were looking with just the white. While I'm doing that, I just want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I know there's a lot of new subscribers this month, and I really appreciate you following along and joining in, and all the wonderful comments that I've been receiving and the support. It really is truly appreciated. If I haven't gotten back to you really quickly, I do apologize. This week, my work is offering overtime, so I'm taking advantage of that to kind of pay off a little. Well, Christmas is paid off, but kind of recover from all of the Christmas stuff. And so I'm trying to do this. When I started the month off, I thought I was had lots of time on my hands, and then all of a sudden now I'm working overtime. So, anyways, if I haven't gotten back to you, I do apologize. I have been reading them all and trying to respond back as quickly as possible. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. But I do appreciate the support, and I'm glad that you are all enjoying watching these videos. And it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you're playing along as well and getting some of these out of your stash. So now I'm just gluing the clusters down a little bit. I included in here some of these little die cut stars that I had. Those are really old. And then I'm putting all the bling that came on with the star rub on. I lost one of my little gems from my crown somewhere on my desk. I'll have to see if I can find it. And then like I said, I'm just kind of fitting things in where I can into the clusters. So I'm going to have the one at the bottom that's kind of like the main title. I have the one at the top with my little princess crown that I thought matched the one I had on my hat. And then I'm making one off to the side. And I kind of like how this kind of, brings that whole triangle in, and it supports the photos. It doesn't overtake the photos. You always want your photos to be the main attraction. The elements that you put on are just supposed to help support the story and help make it pretty, but not to be the main attraction. Always, always, always make your photos be the main attraction, because that's the whole purpose. So, although it is fun playing with all the pretty things. So that is it for my layout. I'm putting a couple of the word phrases on. Again, with this layout, I got almost everything on the layout that I had picked out, which again makes me feel really good. I've got my puffy elements. I've got some older birthday stickers on. So it was I think a good layout to get a lot used up for my stash. Here are some close-ups, and we will see you again this weekend for some more scrap layouts. Thanks.